Hey everybody, welcome to Elm Tree Island. If you haven't been here before, I'm glad you're here. Subscribe to the channel, join a community of progress. You will not be disappointed. Hey, let's talk gratitude today. Walking and talking gratitude. Let's talk gratitude here on an island. What better place to talk gratitude than on your own island? It's crazy. My grandmother bought this island in the 1940s from the government for about $500. She left it to my mom, who has now left it to me. It's paradise. Paradise on a day like today. It's not always paradise. I make videos sometimes and I show how this water and weather can change at the drop of a dime. And it can become horrendous. Sometimes we get storms blowing in from Canada, 50, 60, 70 mile an hour winds, and it can get crazy. But on a day like today, it is just spectacular. Perfect day here on Elm Tree Island. Let's walk and talk on the island. And we're talking gratitude today. If you have an island, you better have an attitude of gratitude. I think all of us, if we look at our lives, we can find many things that we can have an attitude of gratitude about. Might be family, might be friends, might be health-wise, might be wealth-wise. And you might be wealthy in more ways than financially. You might be wealthy with friendships. You might be wealthy with a great family. You might be wealthy with great health and strength. There's many ways to have wealth, for sure. And there's many things that we can have an attitude of gratitude about. And so as I walk my island, I have a gratitude that I'm in a position to maintain the island. It takes quite a bit to maintain this island and all the islands. There's 1,864 islands in this 20-plus mile stretch of the St. Lawrence River, the Thousand Island region of upstate New York. You got property taxes, you got school taxes, and you're paying that all year round. And then you only get to use the island, 4 to 5 months maximum. I mean, the water freezes here. It's hard to get to the island. Everybody pretty much closes up by September or October. And so then you have boat storage, maintenance. There's always something breaking on the island. Harsh weather. You got to maintain docks, boats, and the cottages, and those kinds of things. But you know what? It's a labor of love. We wouldn't want it any other way as owners of these islands. It's great. But in your life, think of everything you can have an attitude of gratitude about. As part of my morning routine, it wasn't my idea, I got it from other people. I have a morning routine where I write down 10 things that I'm grateful for in my life. I'll write, that I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my wealth. My mom is alive and healthy at 91. She works out. I'm grateful for the island. I'm grateful for my Florida place. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for the great friends that I have, not only here on the island community, but also in my Florida community. And a lot that I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for that my cat's still alive. My cat's been alive for 19 years. I have friends, their cat died 8, 9, 10 years old. Mine's still rolling hard at 19. Can jump up on the bed, no problem. When you start your morning routine with an attitude of gratitude, and you get in the habit of having that morning ritual of writing down what you're grateful for in your life, and you can go right in to what you're grateful for, and you can keep writing, what am I most looking forward to in my life? What am I excited about? What goals are really driving me in an exciting way forward that I am anxious to get after it? I'm anxious to get moving. When I put my feet on the floor, off the bed every morning, man, I'm excited. Let's get going. I got a lot of great things that I'm looking forward to, and I want to make some progress towards those goals. Tony Robbins says, and I agree with him, and I pass it on to you, to have life satisfaction, not just to be happy, not just to achieve, but to be satisfied and fulfilled in life. The way to do that is to be making progress towards a worthy goal. And it's an ongoing process. It's an ongoing process that lasts the rest of your life. You set a goal, a destination, and you get there and you celebrate, as you should. Celebrate your wins. And then you got to pick a new destination, a new goal, right? You climb a peak, you see the mountain, I got to conquer that mountain. You climb that peak, and then you celebrate at the top, take a picture. And while you're up there, it's a good idea. Take a look at the next peak. Oh, there goes a beautiful osprey going by the island. And that's how the process goes. So you want to bake into the pie of achievement. You want the excitement at the end. And so that way, every mile in that direction builds towards a final excitement of achieving your goal. And that's the way to bake enjoyment in the process. Since 90% of your time is spent in your journey towards your goal, towards the destination you picked, towards something that you are working toward. Since 90% of the time is on the way, you want a lot of the enjoyment to be in that part of the process. You want a lot of the enjoyment to be on the journey, on the way. Otherwise, the part that's satisfying, the part that brings you joy, is too small. It's too small to enjoy your life, and it doesn't last very long. Why not bake in enjoyment in the longest part of your journey? That way, you're happier longer, satisfied longer, and you know what? You're going to have a fulfilling life. An attitude of gratitude, everybody. I'm telling you, be grateful. I heard a quote by Adler, a great author, and his quote was to the effect, I might miss a word or two, that he was grateful for the great ideas that have used him. And I thought that was great. Have an attitude of gratitude. I try every day to make sure when I get up out of bed, those are part of my morning questions that I ask myself. What am I grateful for in my life? And I write them down. I try to do 10 every single day. And I got to tell you, I've gotten in the habit over the past 5 or 6 months of continuing to write down every morning what I'm most grateful for and what I'm most looking forward to, what I'm most excited about in my life. And right now, I'm grateful for this wonderful place that my grandmother left the family so that we could enjoy. She lives in our hearts and our minds based on what she created here, and we've been able to maintain. So I don't know what your paradise is, where your paradise is, but you know what? Be present. Be present as much as you can. Look around and take time to enjoy it, to have an attitude of gratitude about it. It's like that old cliche, stop and smell the roses. It's that kind of thing. Stop. Don't be mind traveling with your mind too much. Say, I'm right here, right now. Look at this. Unbelievable. Thank you, Lord in heaven. And have an attitude of gratitude. All right, everybody, I'm glad you're here. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I will always give you 100% all in, not 1 foot in, 1 foot out negative. I am all in. And it's all about how we can get better every day in every way than we were yesterday. Hey, thanks for coming along on this walk and talk of an attitude of gratitude on an island. You're in the right place.